Attachment theory was developed by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth through research, bringing babies and mothers and watching their attachments. So how the attachment theory comes up or is seen in the therapy room is something like when we feel into how relationships are for you, the client, we notice that there's maybe anxiety in the relating. Maybe there is what we call ambivalence. So ambivalence would be the sort of like can't be bothered meeting up, can't be bothered making those connections. There could be a numbness around it. There could be a despair around relating, around relationships. It could be particular relationships, key relationships in your life, or kind of generally, socially. So these are the ways that we may have learned to attach to our parental figures. And what we are really working on in therapy, in that relational piece, is developing a way to be secure in attachment. So whether we have anxious attachment or ambivalent attachment, or disorganized attachment, and that's kind of how we've sort of known the world, we work on developing a secure attachment. So the therapist is sort of this secure, sort of central figure that kind of doesn't move too much and is grounded and allows the client to kind of explore their world. And that can be more generally or in the area of relationships. So this can, like, you're building trust, you're building a sort of a central grounded relationship where we can kind of discuss what's actually happening in relationship. And we can use the therapist-client relationship for that, how the anxiety comes up, how abandonment comes up, how ambivalence, not wanting to come to therapy, comes up. So there's so much we can use in therapy. So this is a really key piece of work that people often don't even realize that they're doing. And it's a really special piece and a very very sensitive, very vulnerable, really comes back to the core of our experience growing up and previous experiences in relationships. And if we think about it, you know, most of our wounding happens as young people, as babies in the womb, in relationship to others. So this is like, to heal then is to heal within relationship. And so that's the therapeutic relationship when we talk about how it can heal our way of communicating and being with others and feeling settled in our nervous system when we're with others. And ways that I would see this with clients is that their social circle, their friendships, things will begin to change in them. Things will just like, they kind of feel more like, you know, speaking their mind. They begin with that and that investigation or that inquiry in the therapy, and then they develop in their outer world. And they find there's just more ease. There's more ease in the connecting and being with people, and like being able to stay in their own center, being a little bit more truthful maybe, or being in their truth more. So this is deep work. This requires consistent therapy. It requires, you know, a certain length of therapy. So it happens over a period of time. You know, 6 months to a year, you're really seeing this work developing. So all good reasons to do some therapy with the right person that feels like it's a good fit, that you can begin this work. And sometimes if there's too much challenge with the therapist or not enough resonance, then this can be difficult. We can't find a starting place for this. There's too much stress in the attachment to start off. So the secure attachment, starting with the therapist in a kind of a very honest, open, grounded space, is good. And then as time goes on, the therapist can bring more challenge into the relationship so that some of the rougher edges or we can really see how we're communicating, how we're being with others. And this just opens up so much in people's lives. It's incredible, and it's a joy to work with it and to work with the clients and to see it. And it's really nice to name it as well, because it's a part of therapy that often isn't named, and it's nice to know what these processes are that are going on when you're coming to therapy, I think.